You okay?
I think so.
I thought you were dead.
Okay.
Long way to Wales. Watch out for the understeer. Stay safe.
That Chris Harris? That was weird. What now?
Hello. Letter.
Right.
As in post. We have it over here as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Okay. Is that Henry Catchpole? Dear James, I'm sorry it had to be this way.
I drugged you because I knew you'd never cross the ocean without me voluntarily. I'm inundated with the new baby, so I've organized something special for you. But first, with the new S5 as your steed, you must travel far to where the land hurts, and the vowels are few.
Where the hell is that?
Oh, that's easy. Well, you're just heading for Wales, and that's really close.
Wait, I know you. You're Harry from Harry's Garage.
Yeah, I am. And I've got a map. It's dead
Yeah.
easy. And if you're going that way, you just have to do this road, because this is just terrific. The A4069 there, if you come down from there, then, yeah, the cars you've got, you're going to love it.
God, this looks complicated though. Why don't you come with me?
Why does who come with you?
What do you mean? And he's gone. Okay, here's the thing. I'm really looking forward to this journey, and not just because 3 very wise men have sent me on it, and Thomas, and not because of the thing that awaits me at the end, but because I'm very intrigued by the Audi S5. I owned a previous generation S4, and I've been watching the release of this car with a lot of interest, and that has turned me into a doubter. Yeah, sorry, I doubt it. I feel like Audi have fallen into a bunch of weird modern mistakes with this vehicle. The door handles have sort of gone. The physical buttons have mostly left the building. The screens have got bigger. There's more screens. There's YouTube on the screens. There's video games on the screens. If you come back here, you can change the tail lights to 8 different designs if you want to. These are gimmicky upgrades. I do like that one, but they're gimmicky, okay? You know what's not gimmicky? The BMW M340i. That car is fantastic, and it has ruled this class of car for half a decade. That's half a decade that Audi have had to come back out on top. And I don't know what you've done, Audi. What have you done?
Okay, first of all, what Audi have done is remove the A4 and S4 completely. They're all rolled into the 5 now. But that might not be all bad, because this is a new platform, which means some new design language, some new market-dependent shapes, and yes, a new interior, but also some funky driving upgrades that can make it do things it wasn't able to before. More on that later. Gone is the ZF transmission. Now we have a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Am I crazy, or does this all add up to the Germans trying to make the A5 and S5 a little bit more emotional this time around? Or as they say in German, emotional. Oh, okay, I thought it would be some crazy fun word, but I guess it's spelled the same way. Gefühlsbetont. There we go, there's an alternative. Some things are similar. The A5 still has a 4-cylinder engine, and the S5 still has a rather potent turbocharged V6. But it's new, and this time it has 367 horsepower. That's a bit more than last time, but still less than the BMW. But how does it feel?
It's quite aggressive, actually. 4.69 to 100 kilometers per hour. Not bad. Still a very spry car. What it isn't, though, and I'm going to upset some people here, is thrilling. And it hasn't been for years. The S5 is very good at what it does, but it is by no means a sports car.
The previous generation's steering was dead as a doornail. The throttle response was meh. The transmission also not particularly exciting. And dynamically, as Mr. Chris Harris mentioned earlier, the only language the car spoke was understeer.
These are all things that over the next hundreds of miles I really want to explore, because I'd love to say that this is a better S5 in spite of, or maybe in addition to, the merit that is the new technology that they've put in here.
And so the miles began to rack up as I made my way toward the western sky. And you know what the S5 was doing? Its S5 thing. It was smooth, the sound system was good, the CarPlay behaved perfectly, overtaking power was strong, and the car even sounded pretty good. Euro spec ones like this have a mild hybrid as well that even allows it to go fully electric at parking lot speeds. We don't get that in North America, annoyingly, but I did get on with it. But then it does add weight and complication. And at 4,300 pounds, this thing weighs more than the already fat as frick C43. Many hours later, I finally found some fun roads and had some more thoughts.
Okay, update from the bridge now that I've got a few more miles in here. The ride is great. The new platform has done some great improvements for it. The adaptive dampers. This has been a wonderful, wonderful cruiser. But now, as I enter these more exciting roads, I'm going to switch it to a more exciting setting, dynamic. That's not a very fun graphic, is it? It just turns the car a bit. What does comfort do? Oh, it turns it a bit more. Efficiency, and it even okay, I should have guessed that. Boring Audi. Power, still absolutely great, effective. The transmission, I've really got on with this DCT. It's snappy, it doesn't punish you as you approach a traffic light like the last one did a bit. It sort of lurched as it went through the gears. The steering. Well, apparently Audi really cared this time. In fact, there's a graph from an Audi presentation showing how much focus they're putting on steering precision and steering feel this time. And I've actually managed to find a photo of the person in charge of that project. Yeah, it's still completely lifeless. No improvement there. It's not worse, it still weights up a bit.
But let's be honest, if steering feel could make or break an Audi's success, they'd have been resigned to the annals of history long ago. What matters to many is how it looks.
Okay. Sorry, that's a lot of poop there. Farms. Speaking of poop, has the Audi S5 fallen victim to the enshittening of everything? Some would say yes. First of all, we've been denied some things in North America, and I got a bone to pick with you, Audi, because how dare you make a wagon, Avant as you call it, and not send it our way? And you've also not made a coupe this time, so not cool. This is the only version in this shape that North America's gonna get, and it's bigger now than the Sportback was. I don't know why it needed to get bigger. We have an A6, and an A7, and an A8. Looking at the front, we've lost the S badge from the front. All of the S's have. That used to be the code that something was spicy was going on. We still at least have the chrome wing mirrors. That is a sign of S. My S4 had that. I was very proud of it. It looks better contrasted with the color, which apparently this is horizon blue. No, it's gray. Sorry, Audi. It's a really boring spec, actually. And we haven't got the black package, which would surround this in black and make the grille black, which I think looks exciting against the color. As it stands, not so fascinating. The rings, sure they used to look metal. They look really plasticky now with this white and dark grey thing. Otherwise, yeah, they've gone a bit e-tron-y. And I know the brands are doing that. They're going electric looking. Like Mercedes are going EQ-y and the Cadillacs are going IQ-y. At least the starting point for Audi is good, because the e-tron GT RS, that sedan, if you've seen it in traffic, I think it looks stunning. So they're not in terrible hands there. The profile still looks pretty good. S5, it looks great in motion. Tail lights, they've gone full RS7, the full bar across. And even though we don't call this a Sportback this time, it does have a nice big hatch, huge access. All in all, I reckon this is quite a safe change on the outside. And yes, the door handles, even though they're not as good as they used to be, they're fine. They work fine. This interior then. Let's talk about it.
And to assist me in evaluating the S5's insides, Throttle House production manager, Joey.
And I brought Joey along because not only is he a top 5 member of the Throttle House team, which is a team of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you figure that out. But because I value him, and I value his opinion, and I value him as a member of this team.
Aww.
He owned an S5 from the B8 generation.
B8.5.
B8.5.
The half matters.
Anyway, he owned a B8.5 S5 and owns a B9 SQ5.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the things that the internet is enraged about? Firstly, the steering wheel. What are they saying? It's
Well, the
ruined.
logo right away. Right away, everyone hates the logo.
Instead
right?
of the metal.
Instead of the metal, also like it's two-dimensional now. It used to be you could feel it.
Yeah,
Right now,
yeah.
it's just flat.
I also think that this is the steering wheel that I would expect to see on a Q8. I think I really liked the circular, the sort of double circle going on. Also, we've gone to these sort of haptic slidey buttons. They are a panel though. You can click them, and I've got on with them just fine. You've got a second screen.
Yeah, why? I don't get it.
We've got,
What
you've
am
got
I-
the time, you can see my miles per hour, and you can see the album. It's good if you're
I
nosy.
guess, but I don't really get it. What am I gonna? Oh, never mind.
And the map.
I immediately click on the map.
Yeah, and you can input stuff that feeds into here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm thinking about my use case, like my girlfriend's sitting shotgun. I would love for her to be able to see where we're going instead of we pass the exit and then she
I
says,
see.
oh, there it is, missed it.
Well, it's also good because the passenger can do that while I'm distracted with all the other haptic buttons going on.
Yeah.
Like the ones on the door. They're now haptic. I don't know why that is. And they just don't, they feel so unsatisfying. And as much as this is a button, and as much as I've got on with it, it doesn't come close to the tactility of the previous generation. And I don't like feeling like we've gone backwards. And there are places, and I do think the materials throughout this cabin are pretty good. This feels nice, the door cards feel really solid.
The carbon inlay is nice too.
The carbon inlays up,
Like
you've got it
that.
on the center console here as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But some things feel really cheap. These, what are these called?
The sun visors?
Sun visors.
World-class car reviewer.
Well, it has a Hey Audi. Hey Audi, turn off the understeer. It listens to you, it understands.
According to ChatGPT, understeer is a handling characteristic that cannot be turned off. But will be
Amazing.
mitigated
Wow.
by adjusting driving style
No
and making
way.
modifications to suspension and tyres.
She said it's a driver mod, that understeer's a driver mod.
Wow.
All right, Audi. The big screen, I don't mind, and I say that because I'm mixed on it. Previously, your S5, your SQ5, it was this stuck on. Actually, no, the S5 it was in, wasn't it?
My generation of S5 was actually integrated nicely. It was like the square screen and sort of like the rounded
Yeah,
bezel.
that was nice.
That was nice. No CarPlay in my generation, but you didn't need it at the time. That wasn't really what people were doing.
The SQ5.
SQ5 is just the tablet stuck on the screen and no touch on my generation, which is terrible.
So the
Yeah.
black levels are still amazing.
Yeah.
The only problem I really do have is that it just becomes so generic. They've added some lighting tech all across here that it changes colors depending on what you're doing. So if I indicate right, I get a bit of green there. Indicate left, I get a green
cool.
there. We saw similar stuff in the E-Class and the Tesla Model 3. I like it. There's some great stuff going on here. The new panoramic roof has this electrochromatic, whatever it is, doodah. Look at that.
Oh, that is
You can
cool.
choose. It's sequential. It has a sequential moonroof.
Actually, pretty cool. Wow.
I like that. That's a good bit of tech. The seats. When people ask me, because I've gone to the Golf R now, what I miss about the S4, my answer is always the seats.
Yeah.
Even though the Golf R seats are great, the S4 seats were magnificent.
Well, I have the red seats in my SQ5. My girlfriend hates them.
Completely different, way faster seats.
No, they're not way faster, but they are just so comfortable, like you're saying. And the stitching is nice. The S in the headrest or whatever. The
Yeah, so
system
we've
is.
lost the stitch. Now we've got this sort of plasticky S.
I really don't like this.
I
I really don't. Like I'm usually, oh, maybe it's kind of, no, this is terrible. This is just not nice.
It lights up. It lights up.
Oh, good. Things that light up in cars, new features.
Are expensive.
Beautiful.
That's how you know it's expensive. But I do think the seats are equally comfortable. And the back, because it is slightly bigger, is slightly more spacious. It was never an issue, but now it's even more not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, big thank you to Joey. First time ever being on camera. I forced it on him. He had no warning, but
Usually I'm the extra, the guy in the background who does the random things to...
You're the cement between the bricks that allows Throttle House to work. So I appreciate you having you, and I appreciate you having on this. Let's finish up these miles because I've started to get almost the full picture of what this new S5 is. So I just want to do this last bit, and then I want to see what Thomas has sorted out for me because I'm excited.
Despite an incredibly clear head-up display and gauge cluster and GPS, it wasn't long before I managed to get lost and ended up on an unsanctioned but purposefully shaped piece of tarmac.
Okay, I seem to accidentally have ended up on a racetrack here in Wales. And I don't remember telling Audi UK I was going to do that, but I'll have to get off it as quick as I can, which means giving it all the beans it's got. Transmission feels good out here. That sounds nice.
And then I got curious, what does happen if you throw it into a corner? The answer is something incredibly alien. Yes, that's right, the rear of the new S5 can step out on throttle.
What? What?
Unlike my dad, it only steps out temporarily, but when it does, it's mighty.
This doesn't have torque rear mode like the RS3, so whatever they've done to that diff, they have chased some exciting stuff. I'm very impressed with that.
And apparently it's not just the diff. Optimized dampers, increased camber, stiffer rear control arms, and a bunch of other little things all add up to this.
It understeers still, and yeah, it's a 4,300 pound pig, but it also can drift. It always had the other ones. This is a new thing. My S4 can do that. That's highly impressive, Audi. Yeah, just make sure that wasn't a fluke. Yeah, that's oversteer. In an Audi. What is going on? In a big Audi. Ugh. It's a handful. I like it. An S5 that challenges me? Well, now I'm so conflicted.
I started a doubter, but along my journey, most, not all, of my concerns have been squashed. The loss of maybe the best buttons in the biz sucks, but some of the new tech is cool. The styling, well, I actually managed to park this next to a previous gen S-Line on the mountain, and honestly, that made me warm to the new one a lot. Also, probably because it's just new, it got quite a lot of looks, even in the blue-grey. Add that little surprise oversteer discovery, and yeah, you can tell the development of the new S5 has been pulled in a few different directions a bit. Enough that in my mind, they all sort of cancel each other out, meaning the S5's final score remains pretty much the same. Does that mean the M340i is still the champion? Well, here's what I'll say. The new S5 is good enough that if you preferred it to the BMW for any reason, you would not be making the wrong choice. Also, let's not forget the main point of these cars is luxury and speedy motoring. For genuine fun, you cannot beat lightweight, like an MX-5, or a GR86, or something even more ridiculous.
Oh, yes. Sick.